Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group. A new GAO report details poor IT security practices by DOGE associates at the Treasury Department, and OMB data shows that disclosed government AI use cases increased by 70% in 2025, with NASA fueling a big chunk of the rise. It's Thursday, April 30th, 2026. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Matt Bracken, filling in for Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's dive into the day's top headlines. Two DOGE associates dispatched to the Treasury Department in the early days of the second Trump administration flouted various IT security rules while the agency itself fell short on implementing proper cyber controls, according to a new watchdog report. The Government Accountability Office examined access that a pair of DOGE staffers had to Bureau of the Fiscal Service payment systems from January 20th to April 11th, 2025. The audit aimed to determine what the DOGE duo planned to do with BFS systems and if they followed Treasury protocols on data security. DOGE's access to those systems has been the subject of ongoing litigation. Preliminary results of GAO's ongoing work involving DOGE revealed that one representative from the Elon Musk-created tech collective had access to 3 BFS systems. Those systems are where the federal government disperses federal income tax refunds, benefits, salaries, and many other payments. Foreign aid payments specifically were at the center of much of DOGE's activity. That DOGE employee was able to view, copy, and print data from those systems, according to the report, in addition to being inadvertently granted temporary access to create, modify, and delete data for one of the systems. The watchdog found no evidence of changes to data. Beyond unintentional security slips, the GAO found a series of moves by DOGE that skirted IT security rules set for BFS usage, including sharing a list of people that sent USAID payments without encrypting their PII. The GAO didn't spare Treasury and BFS officials from blame for some DOGE security lapses, however. The BFS, for example, did not fully implement all selected cybersecurity controls on payment systems. The GAO delivered 6 recommendations to Treasury, 3 of which the department agreed with and 3 others that it did not respond to. In other news, the Office of Management and Budget's public tally of government-wide AI use again grew in 2025, this time amid the Trump administration's push to use the technology in the name of efficiency. Per OMB's recent publication on GitHub, the U.S. government reported about 3,600 AI use cases across agencies, a nearly 70% increase in disclosed applications of the technology from the previous reporting year. As with previous disclosures, the accounting captures pre-deployment uses, pilot projects, those in active operation, and retired deployments. The figure does not include uses in the Department of Defense or elements of the intelligence community. Per the 2025 inventory, roughly 9% of the reported uses had been retired. Although agencies have been individually publishing their annual disclosures since January, the consolidated version of the inventories is the first comprehensive look at AI use across the government under President Donald Trump. The second Trump administration has generally pushed for increased deployment of the technology with fewer guardrails. While many of the same agencies top the list of highest number of uses, a couple of new additions rose to the top. Chief among them was NASA. The space agency reported 420 use cases, a roughly 2,260% change from the 18 it disclosed in 2024. The agency's reported volume was second only to the Department of Health and Human Services, which maintained its position as the agency with the most applications of the technology for another year. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, visit fedscoop.com. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thank you. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put this show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Matt Bracken. Thanks for listening.